back, Royals. As you can tell by the title, it's another ride out. Y'all, we're going to get into some things. I told you got a lot going on, and so we're going to hop right into it. But I wanted to first thank you all so much. You seem to have really enjoyed the last ride out, the last video. I thank you all so much for your kind words, for your words of wisdom regarding, you know, how to deal with the grieving process of losing my mom. And I don't know if some of you know, but just 2 years ago we lost our father too. So just the wisdom that you all have given has really helped. I appreciate you all so much. I get emails, I get Instagram inboxes, or as they say, DMs, but those are DMs that I so appreciate, honey, because some of them be straight ratchet, like, boy, going on. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. But I appreciate you kings and you queens that really reach out with sincere love and sincere encouragement. It means the world to me. But before I go any further, y'all, I have to give a YouTube sister shout out. This is something I think I want to dedicate to just periodically throughout my videos. I don't want to commit and say every video, but I definitely want to take time to just shout out my kings and my queens that are doing their thing in this here YouTube community. And one of my favorite girls, one of my favorites, I have many because we have some amazing content creators in this community, but if you do nothing else, if you listen to nothing else that Royalty Designs with Travina encourages you or try to influence you to do, I want you all to take a moment to go over to It's E Lifestyle. Like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. You will not be disappointed. Erica is a beautiful queen. She is doing an amazing job in transforming her home, but more than that, she vlogs. She is a fashionista, honey. She brings it. She is a glamour. She's real. She's genuine, and I just love her energy. I love how she's taking her time and transforming her space. You guys will not be disappointed, and she's funny. So you guys go and check It's E Lifestyle out. Tell her that Travina sent you. Show her some love. Build her community. Blow her up. Do all of the things. Now, who this is called? Y'all, hold on. He must have felt I was leaving. Hold the line, please. I'm so sweet. I just love my man, honey. Thank you, Jesus, for sending me a real one. Anywho, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But yeah, go over and check out E. But today, what's on the agenda is we've got to go by Hobby Lobby after I do some auto maintenance for an upcoming trip. Just want to get the ride prepped and ready to roll. We got the class reunion coming up this weekend. I'm so excited. I've got to possibly do some parts of myself. I ain't even self-care, honey. It's just maintenance. I want to change the nail color because our colors are red and black, so I had to think about that. Our colors are red and black, and so I don't know if I want to go with the matte black or bold red for the colors, because definitely this hot pink ain't cutting it for the it's summer vibes, spring summer vibes, but it ain't class reunion vibes. So I want to get that changed, honey. I took the lashes off and I was feeling very much bald eagle-ish, but I just put on some mascara. I may or may not go and get them done today, depending on how much time I have, but I'm gonna. The hair is definitely on the agenda because it's a process. So my sister-in-law is going to braid me down, and I'm either going to install a unit or some crochets. Y'all will see when I see, honey, because right now I don't know. It's just something that's got to be done. But yeah, the big hair is coming back. I have so enjoyed the freedom of it all. But yeah, it's time to get the girl back bodacious, honey. So y'all, let's hit the road. Talk to you later. All right, y'all, so I wanted to hop back on because something else crossed my mind. I really like these little car chronicles or whatnot. I was thinking how fun it would be to do a live and just have some of my YouTube sisters just chime in, just do like a, I don't know, like a little group chat, you know, just different views of this here YouTube world. What do y'all think about that? Would y'all like something like that? Something to where it's just a group of us, not my y'all know I have like the core girls that we always collab with, and I love them all dearly, none other than the Dream Team. But I'm meaning just like bringing you some different girl, look at that skinning. Okay, let me stay focused. Okay, so just bringing you all some different type of just viewpoints, or introducing you to some that you may not know, and through their connection introducing them, you know, to my, you know, little YouTube world. But What do y'all think about that? Just doing like a little YouTube girl chat type of vibe. Let me know if that's something that you would want to see. And if there are some channels that you guys watch and love, you know, drop them in the comment section. Let me know, because I feel like I see it, but I want to see more of it. I want to see more of us just really, which way I want to go. Don't want to take the interstate. I'm gonna take the scenic route. More of us just building each other up. We all, you know, everybody's doing their thing, and if you do this YouTube thing, it takes a lot, honey. It takes a whole lot. So if you're out here and you're, you know, doing it and you don't have the support that you think you would like to have, I would love to have you come on and just, you know, chat with your girl. Just have fun. You know, nothing formal, nothing too strenuous. Just us just reflecting and talking and sharing. You know, just doing a sister to sister. That's what we'll call it. A sister to sister moment. So I think that's what I want to do. Y'all, let me just, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but one of my beautiful clients, she knows I'm a mug or tumbler girl. So she gifted me with not one, but what is that? Not one, but two Starbucks tumblers. She got me a matte green. After my dad passed away, she knew that his favorite color was green, and so she surprised me with that one. And then she got me this iridescent one. She's on the hunt to find me a Tiffany blue one, of course, but if she doesn't, I'm grateful for what she's given me. And so I was so tickled at the fact that my husband, every time she would give me one, he was like, I would like to have a Starbucks cup. Mind you, he ain't even into the tumblers like that, but I made sure that she got him one. And so instead of her getting me a Merlot or a burgundy one like that's my mom's favorite color, I had her to get him a cobalt blue one. So I thought that was really nice of her to offer to get both of them. But he was just like a big old kid. That's my baby, and I love him. But don't you speak on honey there, right there. Gotta get you cut. Don't speak on my man, baby. My man, my money, my children. I cut a brother or sister. No, I'm just playing, but I will. So anywho, y'all, I just kind of wanted to see what you guys thought about that. If y'all think that would be a good thing to do, or something fun and exciting to do, just something different and out of the norm. Just a sister to sister girl chat, you know, just reflecting on whatever we feel like reflecting on, whether it's finance, relationship, faith, business, entrepreneurship, just whatever, you know. We just need an outlet. Not that we don't have them, but just another outlet to express and engage and connect, you know, from a virtual level. But let me know what you guys think. In the meantime, I'm trying to debate if I want to get a breakfast sandwich or not. I think I do. Hold on. Let me turn that girl down. Honey, Faith Davis, she's another one. That is the truth. Okay, so I think the last time I picked up the camera, you guys, we were about to stop and get breakfast. Breakfast has been had. It is now 10:30 a.m. So I'm getting a lot accomplished in this day. So I've got two things on my to-do list scratched off, and we were over here by Tuesday morning. I don't know if you guys know, but they are going out of business, I guess, nationwide. So I am going to just stop in and see what they have. It doesn't hurt to look. I am in the market for some like bathroom essentials or whatever. Nothing major, because like I said, I'm at the place in my life to where I'm only getting what's necessary. Like, I'm just over all of the extra hoopla. I'll have a few pieces to change out seasonally, but y'all, the cup runneth over. Y'all have heard me say that time and time again. I'm purging decor, but if it's something that I need, then that is my reason to go out and get other said items. But like, no, but it don't hurt to look though, right? Let's just go in here. After all that big old nice little Easter speech, watch me come out with something. As y'all can see, we made our way to Hobby Lobby because there wasn't much going on in Tuesday morning, honey. It was just at 10%. But I felt real cute, y'all. Look at me with my little $10 outfit on. They had a sale at my local beauty supply store. $8.99 for the shirt, and you got the shorts for $1.99. Sold, honey, about 3 pair. I just paired this cute little set with my Gucci little purse and shoes, and found me some cute little $15 Amazon shades to pop off the look, and she is frugally fabulous, honey. Feeling all this comfortability of this outfit. That's it. That's all. That is more like it. Okay, so I was in Hobby Lobby and I finally found a car mount that will work with my phone. I had one, but the love kept mysteriously breaking them, as he said they was falling off. But I think this is a pretty sturdy one in that it is magnetic, so I don't know how that's gonna fall. I'm trying to see if I got everything installed on there properly. Oh, it just gives you different size magnets, but I think we're good. I think we're good. It's up there with that one. So I'm gonna put this all in here, and we're gonna roll out to the next spot, you guys. I've got to go. I actually want to go and get a Starbucks drink. I've gotten acquainted with the refreshers, and I really like them. I had one the other day with coconut milk, so I feel like I need that in my life right now. So we're gonna go get that. I'm looking at the time. We're still doing good on time, y'all. It's not even noon, and your girl is knocking these to do things right off of my list. I went to Hobby Lobby because I'm looking for some things for some upcoming events, mainly florals, and I've noticed that Hobby Lobby has changed their sales schedule. It used to be their florals would go 50% off every other week, and I had kind of been watching it, and I was like, well, maybe they're just sticking at the 40 for the spring and they're including it all together. But like for the last 6 weeks I've been watching it, and the floors are just staying at 40, and I was like, well, I need to go ahead and get them because I don't want to be last minute trying to get the stuff I need for this event. And then I get in there and find out that not only have they reduced the sale amount or the clearance amount, they've increased the price of the floral picks that they do carry. Same picks, mind you, but they've gone up, you know, $1 here, $2 there. But when you're an event planner and you're buying them by the dozens, that can be a substantial increase. So as much as I love OHL, I may have to find me another alternative floral source, because we ain't gonna do that. I hope y'all don't fall. You shifted, but you didn't fall. Baby, what you doing now? How? So people just be making up their own rules out here in these streets. Now, there is no way in the world she was clear to go. But go on, girl, go on. Okay, so I've made it now. Really, Starbucks is literally across the street from Hobby Lobby. So let me see. And then one of my sweet clients got me a Starbucks gift card for Mother's Day. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. Where is it? Okay, here it is. So I want to get, it was a refresher. I think it was either the strawberry. I was torn between the strawberry and the dragon fruit, and I feel like the last time I got the strawberry made with the coconut milk, it's just so good, y'all, so good. So I'm gonna try it today I'm gonna try the dragon fruit with the coconut milk, just to kind of get a vibe and feel for what is hidden like. And then I need to make another trip to Home Depot. I told y'all I was breaking up with Home Goods, and going out with Home Depot, because it seems like these are just the most narrow little drive-throughs, honey. And this big old monster truck for my husband's. Okay, thank you. It gives me time to see what it is that they want. It is the refresher, but it's the dragon fruit. Where are you? I'm just sitting here talking to myself. I could have been talking to y'all. Have you all ever had? I was looking for the dragon fruit. I don't see it on the refresher list. I was looking for the dragon fruit refresher on the menu, but I don't see it.
Oh yeah, Lisa have it.
Okay, can I have the dragon fruit refresher with the coconut milk, please?
Alright, what size?
Is Venti the larger one?
That's our large, and we also have like an extra large called Trenda.
I'm gonna go with the Venti. I think I got the Grande yesterday, and it was
okay.
Okay, I'll go with the Venti. Is the Grande bigger or the Venti's bigger?
Oh no, the Grande is our medium.
Okay, let me have the Venti.
Alright, anything else?
I think I want to try the kale and mushroom egg bites. No, in second thoughts, let me have the turkey provolone and pesto.
The turkey provolone pesto? So that one you're actually out right now.
Oh, okay. Well, then just give me the Venti. The Venti, I mean.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'll just take the drink, thank you.
Oh, the drink? Alright, I'll be 632. Thank you.
Thank you. I was asking y'all if y'all had ever had any of the Starbucks breakfast, because I do hear mixed reviews. Some people say it is amazing, some people say it is disgusting. And okay, I was asking you guys, had you all have Starbucks breakfast? Do you like Starbucks breakfast? I've heard mixed reviews about it. I've heard some say it's wonderful, some say it's disgusting, but I'm not big on, I don't know if this is considered fast food breakfast, but I like real eggs. I like real turkey sausage, because I don't do pork, so a lot of times it's hard to go to restaurants and they actually carry turkey or chicken bacon or something like that, so I just opt. We do breakfast a lot at home. Very seldom we'll eat out for breakfast, because my love and I are big breakfast people. Big breakfast people. And what did I say we about to go? Oh yeah, I was talking about I need to run back to Home Depot. I said I was breaking up. That's what I was saying. I was breaking up with Home Depot and breaking up with Home Goods and dating Home Depot, because I am there nearly every week. If not Home Depot, definitely Lowe's. Those are my go-to places as of late. But if you purchase a new home or renovating your home, you know that those are gonna be go-tos if you're trying to do any updates or enhancements to it. But I wish, you guys, that we had a floor and decor in my area. I have seen some of the YouTube sisters do some home renovations, and they're using product from Floor and Decor, and they are absolutely beautiful. They have such a wide array of flooring and tile for your homes, because I really, of course, the to-do list is forever long, but again, we have the short-term updates and then we have the long-term updates. So a lot of the long-term, we kind of push them off just to, hi.
Here you go.
Just for finance sake. So again, we're trying to do some things and travel and do all that, so we just kind of pacing it out.
There you go.
Thank you. You too. So I really want to gut out both bathrooms. I mean, well, I won't say gut out. I want to update them. Like, instead of taking out that full one-piece shower deal in our guest bath, I would love to do some beautiful tile work in there. You know, just update the sink. Okay, I'm dropping my straw. Update the faucet and the sink. Well, I think, no, faucet we're good on for now. But I would love to update the tub in the shower and all of that. But we're just going to add a little lipstick, honey, paint it, decorate it, and it'll be it until next year. And I think I'll be okay with that. I guess I don't have a choice because the mister done said we ain't doing it. So, and I would also love to do a gut on now the master or the primary bathroom. We're gonna have to do some, well, we're not gonna have to do, I want to do some extensive updates on that, because our tub is that old school triangle jacuzzi tub that sits down. Okay, I guess I gotta tighten that little thing up that sits, you know, the tub sits down in like this little banker. Good Lord. Every time I hit a bump, y'all fall. Okay, but it's better than me trying to hold and drive, but I'll take it. But the tub is one of those, you know, those larger jacuzzi tubs, and so we want to go with a freestanding tub, which will give us a lot more space and will allow us to expand our shower, because we need a bigger shower. When we first walked through the house, my love he stepped in the shower. He was like, if I can get in here, I'm good. And so that was my thing. If he could fit in the shower, he was good. But since we've been there, he done bumped his head so many times on that little shower door. But I'm thinking of just taking it off and just doing a traditional shower curtain until we're ready to do the actual floor renovation, because I definitely want to do some shower detail, not shower, tile detail, like marbling, really, really pretty, with some pretty mosaic type of tile. I love that mother of pearl, y'all, but that mother of pearl, honey, she knows she fabulous, honey, because her price reflects it. But I love it. So that's the type of stuff, you know, you do that sparingly. But setting the coins aside, so when we do the bathroom update, I want to add those special little, you know, accents to the tub. Well, not to the tub, to the shower area. And I want to do a closet update. I guess I'm just telling y'all all of my future update plans. Like right now, we agreed to just paint and just update light fixtures, and we're going to do the outdoor like the patio and the deck or whatever. So we'll have multiple, you know, entertaining spaces. But eventually I want to make it like one big, huge, and we probably can just expand over time with the pavers that we select. But those are the outdoor plans. I want to gut the kitchen, totally gut the kitchen. But I have some beautiful alternatives that's going to be coming up this year in this first round of updates that are going to, you know, really be cost effective and give me a look without breaking the bank, because I would love to have cabinetry go all the way up to the ceiling. I would love to have tile work, you know, just really intricate tile, these backsplash details. I don't have a lot of backsplash area, which means I can afford to, you know, to the pow wow on that backsplash, because it's not a lot, so I can splurge in those areas. We want to do the countertops and just change out all the cabinetry, because the cabinetry is original to the house, so we want to definitely update that. But that's in the, you know, and that's long term. So for right now, again, we're going to paint, refresh all the cabinet doors, change out the hardware, you know, put the lipstick on it. So it's still going to be beautiful, but just kind of sharing with you guys what my long-term overall goals are, and just kind of, I guess, speaking on sometimes you have to, you know, get things comfortable to live in for the time being. Even though you may have a larger overall goal, it doesn't mean that you can't do something to make your space what you want it to be for the time being, i.e. paint, i.e. light fixtures, you know, those little changes. Like I want to change out all of the, what do you call them, the air conditioning vents or whatever. I want to change all of them out. Someone had said that we could take them, pop them out and spray paint them. That may be an option, but I definitely want to update those. The flooring is a must, you guys, and if I had it my way, I would they got off dark, but the sun did go down. If I had it my way, I would rip out all the flooring and do a marble like epoxy throughout my entire house, or a stained concrete. You know, the house that we were just moved out of, that we were renting, that house had the stained concrete, although it was a darker brown. The upkeep was so easy, y'all. Like, cleaning was a breeze. It was just no fuss, no muss. I love that. And now that I have this carpet and a taste of OCD, it's working my nerves, because I'm constantly, you know, overthinking this whole carpet, especially in the high traffic areas. So we trying to decide on what route we want to go. He's not totally sold on the epoxy throughout the house, and I may have to compromise with updating all the flooring, but keeping carpet in the bedrooms, because that's what my love wants. He wants to keep carpet in the bedrooms, and so I ain't mad at that idea, but I would love just a hard surface throughout. I don't know that I want to do tile or the laminate flooring. If I did, I would love to do tile. If I couldn't do the marble epoxy, I would love to do the large marble flooring. Matter of fact, my girl E just did it in her kitchen, in her entryway. It's beautiful. And then another YouTuber has the most stunning flooring. Katie, I think it's Katie Santana. Her home is beautiful. She just recently moved to Florida as well, and she did, girl, look at this thing. She did some updates, and the flooring is absolutely fabulous. It's like large scale. It looks like 12 by 24 tiles, but they're so big and pretty, and I absolutely love that look. And it's that polished marble. I just think light and bright and white, it just opens up the space, and that's the look I'm going for. I want a light, bright, open space, neutral, that I can pop off any color that I want to pop off anytime that I want. But I like the foundation of it to just be nice, neutral, and open. And I love her flooring. I love E's new flooring. It's amazing. And she does have a pretty flooring in her living room as well that kind of flows well with that particular tile. But I want, just like I want the same wall color throughout the house, I want the same flooring throughout the house. It's just easier that way, because we do know that at some point this will be real estate property. This will be rental property for us, that we will, you know, move into our next home, whether we build or buy another home. This is not our forever home. So I'm thinking of things that I can do that's neutral enough but nice enough that someone else, another family, could move in and rent it out and be okay with the aesthetic of it all. So that's my goal. As I'm updating for me, I'm thinking, okay, 3 to 5 years from now, are you gonna need to change this out when y'all rent this house out? You know, that type of thing. So I'm thinking along those lines as well. And that's where my love is like, let's not go all out and do all these extra things to this house when you know this ain't gonna be your forever. But I want to make it nice while I'm there, you know. So if I keep batting my eyes real big and being real nice to him, cooking him a good meal here or there, he'll give in and give your girl what she wants. But y'all keep praying, So that's my goal. But we have made it to Home Depot. I'm running here and get this light, and I think I'm going to the house, y'all. I think it's time to call it a day. Look, I saw this this little meme on, I think it was on Instagram. It said, I don't go outside because you spend money. Because it's something about, I don't go outside, it costs money to go out. But they had a dollar amount, like it costs you $400 some dollars to be outside. And I was like, he about ain't lying, because by the time you go to this store and pick up something, that store and pick up something, baby, it adds up quickly. Okay, so what are you doing? Go ahead. Is you gonna let me go? What you gonna let me do? Oh, I'm backing in. I'm backing this thing up, girl. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Okay. So let's run in here, get this light, and go home. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm back. So another check off the list. I am done with the. Where did this come from? I just came from Lowe's. I'm not even going over to Home Depot. Even they are literally like across the street from each other, but I'm not going. I've got to go meet one of my classmates, and also cousin, to pick up some things for the event, y'all. So I love my hometown. I wouldn't trade being a country girl for nothing in the world. But y'all remember the movie? No, it wasn't a movie. It was a play. Medea's class reunion, and they had the class reunion at a hotel. And when they got there, like 5 people was there, and Medea said we could have had this in the backyard. And so that's kind of been our little running joke, because people, of course, everybody, the momentum is popping, everybody on, and they ready to roll. And then when it gets closer to the day of, or to events or whatever, people start falling off. But it's cool. I just always, when it's things like that, I always say who's supposed to be there will be there no matter what. So we have just been laughing and joking about it, but we're down to the wire, y'all. It's gonna be so much fun. Although we have dwindled down to a small little group of us, it's gonna still be good, because it's a blessing to celebrate your 30th 30th class reunion. So that is this coming up weekend. I'm sure this vlog will go up. Yeah, this vlog will go up before our anniversary, our girl birthday. It's so many things happening, y'all, because this is technically it's getting close to the time of my love and I's dating or meeting anniversary. We met each other around our birthdays. Our birthdays are days apart, and so I don't know if I've ever told y'all this story, but this is our anniversary is coming up, and his birthday and my birthday. So I told you we have so many birthdays, and so this is always like an exciting time of the year. Even before I met him, my family, we always do this big Memorial Day cookout, because there's so many May and June birthdays. And so we just said, instead of trying to do everybody individually, we just will lump it up and do one big shindig. And so that's what we've been doing since our babies. Well, my baby is the oldest granddaughter, and my sister's son, they're like 3 weeks apart. And so we've been doing it since they were in diapers, and they both are 30. Fun fact, my nephew was born on my graduation day. So my mom literally spent half of the evening at my graduation. My sister was in labor during this graduation, and she had to take her to the hospital. And so I left my graduation going to see my nephew. So that was just really, we always laugh and joke about that. So he is our graduation baby, and he'll be 30th on the 21st, which is our actual graduation date. So, and then my brother's birthday is on the 20th, which is the day that we're having our reunion. And then my birthday will be the 25th. I have a nephew that's the 29th. My cousin, that's the 27th. One of my good sister friends is the 19th. Hey Raj, because she's a royal family member, so her birthday is the 19th. Classmates is the 17th. Somebody's birthday is today. It's like so many of us. And so, but as far as it relates to family, there's a nephew that's the 21st, a nephew the 29th. There's myself, there's my brother. Both my dads were May 2nd and 8th. So yeah, we have May is popping, honey. May is popping for us. And so then you roll over into June. We have a June 2nd, which is my niece, Mila. You all have seen Mila. And then my husband's is the 3rd. My mom's is the 14th. My daughter's is the 18th. My mother-in-law's is the 20th. I have a niece that's the 21st. And then we have another great nephew that's due on the 3rd or the 1st or the 2nd. So yeah, June is popping, y'all. It's very much popping. And we met June the 12th. June the 12th was our dating, and actually that's the first time that we actually connected. Because let me tell y'all, I don't know if I ever told y'all how we connected, how we were connected. I was doing his sister's hair, and that's Ananda's, my niece that lives with us. Her mom's name is Lunda, and her name is Ananda. So I was doing Lunda's hair, and once I moved away, we stayed connected, because we became friends, over the years of me doing her hair. And so she had posted him for his birthday, posted a picture of him on Facebook for his birthday, and I was like, okay, but I thought it was her man, so I'm not trying to check for nobody else's man. Now mind you, that year was a very, very, very monumental year for me, a year of like major transition. So let me give you a backstory. Since we just ride, we can ride and talk, right? So 2015, I ended a 25-year relationship, 20-year marriage, right? The divorce was final 2015. 2015 was the year I turned fab and 40. 2015 was also the year that my daughter graduated from college. So there was a lot going on within that that month, because my divorce was supposed to be final the 29th of May. My birthday is the 25th of May, and then she graduated on the 21st, 22nd of May. So there was a lot. There was like a lot going on. And so we had this big, my girlfriends came up. I was living in Dallas. All of my girlfriends showed up, and we just had this big week-long celebration every day for a full week. We did something. We had an old school night. We had an all-black night. We had a denim night. We had a spa day. It was like every night was something different. And of course, I had to climax it with the Sunday. We did a sundress and what did we do? A sundress Sunday, and we all wore sundresses, and we went and had brunch. So, and that was the whole Tiffany theme. Of course, I had to tie my Tiffany blue in there, but y'all, it was an amazing week. And so during that week because again, my events was a week long, right? So Londa reaches out to me, and she's like, girl, I see you doing your thing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, when she first posted the picture of him, I thought it was her man. So I ain't trying to like nobody. I ain't trying to get nobody no indication that I want their man, honey. I want to believe in God for my own at the time. So actually at that time, I wasn't even. I just knew that I wasn't going to be single long. Although my divorce wasn't final till 2015. We were separated a couple years prior to that. But that was when I finally decided I wasn't going to go another year, in limbo. We was either going to be in or get off the pot. That's how I felt about it. So once God gave me the peace to walk away, that's what I did. So we prepping and we doing all the things, right? Just celebrating the newness of things, the change of things, 40 and new city and daughter graduating, just starting over. It was a lot, and I was so excited. And so she shares his picture. I'm strolling, and so one of the, how people comment, it just keeps coming back up in the feed. And so for some reason, I took the time to read it at this particular. It was late. It was maybe like 1 or 2 o'clock that morning. And I see the word sibling, and it just that word just popped out to me. So I'm like, let me read this. And so I'm reading, and she's her brother, and she loves him. And you know how we do, we shout out our siblings or whatever for birthdays, right? Honey, at that point, I ain't seen nothing. But I said, okay, Londa, I know you doing it like that with the brother. So y'all hope y'all don't mind all this shaking. I'm gonna have to find a way to tighten it up. Either get my love to tighten it up when I get home. But anywho, back to the story, y'all. And I don't know why I'm sharing this with y'all. I guess because it's around that time, and it's a funny story. So Lord, this thing is working my nerves. Okay, so once I read it, I'm like, okay. And so then I liked the picture. And so as I'm we're talking or whatever, as I'm reading the message, the comment, or the post rather, she messages me, and she's like, girl, I see you doing your thing, you got to living your best life and 40 and fab and blah 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 blah. And she had said something about your husband. I was like, honey, I don't have that problem. You know how we do. I don't have that problem no more. She was like, what? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, girl, I'm sorry to hear that. But I was like, girl, yeah. So whatever. I said, listen, I didn't know you had a brother, but the brother kind of fine, So we laugh or whatever, and she was like, Travina, I got to tell you something. I'm like, what? And she says, my brother has had a crush on you for years, but he never approached you because I told him that you was a woman of God, and you wasn't down for no creeping or nothing like that. I said, girl, you tell that sexy chocolate that the doors of the church are now open, honey. He can walk on in. And so we laughed about it, especially after everything transpired. We laughed about it, right? So, girl, I don't know where I'm going. This is not the way to meet this girl. Okay, I'm running my mouth, and I done got. We're gonna find 100 rows. It ain't that many rows and crooks and turns. I'll find it. But anywho, so I tell her that, and she's like, is it okay, to let him know? I was like, yeah. She said, well, he's with me now. And I'm like, what? So he's with her at the time that she and I are chatting or whatever. I was like, yeah, get a brother my number, tell him to slide through or whatever. So that was like, I think that was his actual birthday, because again, my stuff was lingering on beyond my birthday, right? Because I just did the most for 40, right? Like I said, a whole 7-day shenanigan, right? So he claimed that he was like trying to see if I was gonna how I was gonna react to him delaying or whatever. So he didn't reach out right away. He later admitted that he was shy. He didn't really know what to say, how to approach me or whatever. And so it was like days went by, because mind you, that was like the 3rd of June maybe. He did not reach out until the 12th of June, which is what we now call our date anniversary, our link up anniversary or whatever. Girl, this thing here just doing whatever it wants to do, because I'm hitting all kind of bumps and turns trying to get to this here meeting spot. I think this is the way. Left lane closed. Lord, no. Okay, I can go. I said, girl, I'm about to go into some construction zones, but they're gonna have to let me through here today. But it's cool. Okay, so back to the story, y'all. So it took him days to finally reach out. And mind you, I was single, newly single. I was dating. So I was actually on a date with another guy when he reaches out. So how about I leave the guy at the I just leave him, honey. Left him at the little spot we was hanging out at, and I go and we just chatting and chopping it up or whatever. So that was like, I think it was either Friday night or a Saturday night, and because it had to be a Saturday night because the next morning was a Sunday, and we literally, he just did the little small talk then, and so we said, okay, well, call me whenever. But the guy that I was dating, so of course he didn't know that I was leaving him to go communicate with another guy. But I left the guy, and my love and I talked on the phone literally until the next morning. Like, we were on the phone for 8 hours, y'all, just talking, and we just instantly connected. And so the first thing he says to me, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling you the story in a laughing manner, but there is a lesson in here. When you trust God to just lead you and guide you, you may not understand everything that you're going through, and this may be for somebody, you may not ever understand the way things transpire, but if he don't take away nothing without having something greater to replace it with. And of course, again, I was into 25 years in a situation. I was my daughter's father. I didn't, I was comfortable. I didn't want to step into something new. Like sometimes we can be afraid of change. We can get complacent and get settled in what they say, a functional, how do they say, what is it? It's a saying with we get comfortable in our dysfunction, and we're afraid of the unknown. And so that was honestly the case for me. I just didn't want to do the whole dating thing. I didn't want to start over. I come from a family with my mom and dad. I've been together nearly 50 years when he passed away. And I'd seen them go through the trenches as it relates to relationships. Like literally, they separated, got with other people, had children, and got back together, got in Christ, and just lived, a wonderful life 20 plus years after that fact. So I come from a place of, I know that we can rebuild from a broken place and build something gorgeous, beautiful together. That's what my mindset was. But you can't build what is not ordained to be. You can't, you can try to, God will let you have your permitted will, but if you're in the will of God and you're asking God to lead and guide you, asking God for guidance, and you telling him you want his will and not your will, be prepared for some stuff to get shook up, because a lot of times we in our flesh make decisions out of our flesh. I'm the type of person, and I don't know why I'm going into all this, y'all, but I'm gonna give y'all, I ain't editing nothing out, but I have always been the type of person, I'm gonna fight to the end. I'm a fighter, just naturally so. And so who wants to invest? That's like if you had a job or a business or a relationship that you've invested 25 years of your life, literally over half my life with this one person. Nobody wants to just throw in the towel. You know what I'm saying? That's not something you just walk away from easily. So it took a lot of prayer. It took a lot of fasting. It took a lot of seeking God and trying to get my mind settled for that whole process. Mind you, it was a 2-year separation before I even had the courage to just go down and just be like, in December 14, I was like, I'm not walking into this year, like this. Either we're going to do this or we're not. And so January, I made that decision, and it was like the best decision of my life, because it opened me up to so many wonderful experiences. Although I had to learn to start from the bottom, literally sleeping in my car, homeless, but I was letting nothing stop me, because I was going to make sure that my daughter graduated college. She was not going to get her senior year in college and not, you know, have to stop because of something that her parents did or did not do. So if I gotta, you know, sleep in my car and make sure her final college expenses are covered, then so be it. Y'all, mind you, I was a full-on hairstylist. I was still educated at the time, traveling, doing hair shows, coming back and forth to Arkansas, doing hair here every other week. And I would go back to Texas and be sleeping in my car. People didn't even know it. Because when I came to Arkansas, I don't know why I'm sharing this, guy. I guess you know. But I would come here, and of course I had plenty of family here. But my daughter had decided she was going to go to grad school or continue her education in Texas at the time. And so I was hell bent on making sure that her life was as peaceful and as comfortable as it could be in that situation, because this baby, this all she ever knew was her and her mom and her dad. And so I didn't want to disrupt her life any more than I had to. So if that meant I had to be uncomfortable for some months, then so be it. She didn't even know. Nobody knew I was going to divorce. Nobody knew anything. And so I literally told my family, I think 60 days. I told them like in March, and it was supposed to be final in that May. So like 2 months before everything was final is when I let my family know what it was and all that. But by that point, I had gone through the process of living in my car, coming back and forth here, because I was making the funds. I had the resources. I just needed to put them to make sure she was good. And so throughout that time, though, it was just God was just, he was purging me. He was cleaning me. And it was the hardest place and the most beautiful place I ever been in my life. And I know that it may sound crazy for somebody to hear that I was homeless, but it was a beautiful place, because it wasn't that I couldn't call a friend. I have plenty of girlfriends, and once they all knew, they were in tears. Some of them were mad at me, like, why didn't you call us? Why didn't you tell us? But it was a passage of scripture dealing with Samaria. And sometimes you have to go through Samaria. Sometimes you have to go to that difficult place because it's something that God wants to cleanse you of or purge you of. And so even though I had the ability to call a brother or a sister or a friend or daddy, you know, and say, hey, I need to come live with you, that's not the way God had me go through that. He had me to do it the way that I did it. And so for 6 months, I'm back and forth, Arkansas, Texas, living in my car, but I'm paying off debt. I'm getting my baby settled and situated. And so by the time she graduated, I had enough money to have us a deposit paid on a townhome there, so that she would come and this would be her new normal. And I wanted to make that peaceful for her. So it was just a beautiful, how do they say, a beautiful nightmare, if you would, because it was a tough place, you guys. But when I tell you, I saw the hand of God so much in that experience. I'm gonna give you one prime example. I was living in my car, but prior to us moving from Houston to Dallas, we had a short-term stay because we were in the trucking industry. And so this company had put us up in this hotel that had like the long-term stay, a little efficiency type of rooms or whatever. And so it was off of 20 in Gravel. Is that I think that's called Grand Prairie, off of Interstate 20. I would never forget it. And so we were staying there, and I remembered that in that hotel there was a shower inside the gym that was connected to the hotel. But in order to get into the hotel, you had to have a key, or somebody coming in or out, you get in through that way. And so throughout that time of me being homeless, y'all, I'm gonna get emotional. I would park on the weekends that I was back in Texas. I would back my truck. I had a white Infiniti QX56. I would back my truck up. I would lay it down, and that's where I would sleep out. But I would park in this particular hotel parking lot because I knew I could get in there and get a shower, because there's always people coming in and out going to the gym. And so I would go in there, take my shower, and I would, just go throughout my day and just do things or whatever. And so again, this was a 6-month period, y'all. So every other week for 6 months, I'm doing this. And every time I would go, there would be this lady there, a little short Caucasian lady with red curly hair. Really sweet lady, beautiful blue eyes. And I knew that this woman knew that I did not have a room at this hotel, y'all. But there would be days when I would either be tired from driving back from Arkansas, that I would oversleep, because you had access to the free breakfast up until 10 a.m. right? So I would go in there, take my shower, go get the breakfast, because sometimes I didn't have money to eat. So I would go in there and get the free breakfast. Well, there would be mornings, y'all, that I would oversleep, and I would go try to get in there, and my God, this lady would leave a basket of fruit or whatever they were serving for breakfast that morning. It would be lodged in the door of the gym so that I could get in there. We never spoke any words to each other. I would make eye contact with her. She would nod at me. She would smile, and I would get my shower, and I would get whatever, you know, she would have for me to eat or whatever, and then I would leave for the day. But I did this every single day, and some days that breakfast was all I had to eat. But again, God is purging me. He's doing some things through me. So at no point in my mind did I say, let me call somebody, it felt like that's what I was supposed to be doing. Mind you, I'm coming back here, I'm having fun with my girlfriends, we're going out to eat, we're doing all of the things. I go to Texas, I'm kicking it with my girlfriends, I'm shopping, we're doing all of the things, right? Nobody knew that I was living in my vehicle. So after the time of me getting, because that was from November to March, is when I got the townhouse for my daughter and I. And we moved in like in April, because she was going to be graduating in May, and my goal was to have everything strategically laid out. I needed to pay off some huge debt, you know, because I was left with, you know, some mess. But again, I don't want to dabble into all of that, but God provided. So I get the place, I get the deposit and everything paid, and the day that I got the signed the lease for the townhouse, it just fell on my spirit to go back and thank this lady, because I knew that woman knew that I wasn't staying at that hotel. I knew that she knew. I go back to the hotel, y'all, and I tell them I'm looking for, because I wanted to bless her. I wanted to just tell her thank you. And I had gotten $100 like gift card to give to her. And I tell them I'm looking for the little short Caucasian lady with the red hair. And they said, ma'am, we don't have anyone here that fit that description. I said, oh, and I even went back outside the hotel, y'all, to look at the name to make sure I'm at the right hotel. It's like, now I know, you know, for 6 months, this lady, on the days when I oversleep or whatever, even when I didn't oversleep, she would see me coming in and out there taking a shower, getting the breakfast. I said, y'all sure? I said, did somebody quit? Did she get sick? No, I'm trying to fit. They was like, ma'am, we've never had anyone here to fit that description. And in that moment when they said that to me, God let me know that was my angel. Now, some of you may or may not believe in that, but I know firsthand what I experienced. And this lady provided for me on the days, like I said, when I overslept, when I was didn't make it to the food in time, or whatever the case may be. There was a woman, a little short, a Caucasian lady with beautiful blue eyes, red hair. Yeah, I went back after I moved into the park. I said, I gotta go back because I know that woman worked there. I went back again, and the Holy Spirit said, that was your angel. So it was experiences like that let me know that God was with me. Mind you, I had kind of just took a break from any of my extra activities. I wasn't promoting events. I wasn't promoting Christmas decor. I wasn't promoting making wreaths or anything like that when I was going through my transition. And so a lot of people didn't know that I did events. They knew I did hair, but that's all they knew. And I had even stopped doing YouTube or whatever, because I needed to just really go through that, y'all. That was a very, very tough season of transition, but it was a much needed season of transition, because it purged a lot of things out of me. I'm not pointing blame at nobody else. I'm talking about me, because it take two people to make a marriage, take two people to break a marriage. So I focused on me. Regardless of what they did, God showed me. How can I move forward from this and not take any of this into the next? Because the Lord let me know immediately that I wasn't going to be single long. You know, even before I met my husband in that November, when I had just kind of come to terms that was it and this is what I needed to do, the Holy Spirit asked me, what do I want in a husband? And I sat down with tears running down my face, and I just began to write. And it was no rhyme or reason. I just wrote what I wanted this person to be. It was almost like the spirit took over in my writing. I still have this tablet to this day, y'all. Hold the line, please. Okay. All right, I'm back. So I had not met my husband. I had no knowledge of him. This was like 2 years. No, it wasn't 2 years prior to. It was months, because it was the November of 14. And I just began to write and describe what I wanted in my mate. I wanted someone that was mature enough to handle the God in me. And some of you may or may not understand it, but I needed someone that was not going to compete with me, that was going to support me in I don't want there to be no competition. I wanted to be a oneness. I really was focusing on the oneness. I needed a man who was confident in who he was, that was sure of his manhood, that was, not going to question their role in the relationship. I needed someone who had family core values. My main thing was I wanted a man, because at that age, I'm 40, and realistically, I really didn't want to date a younger man, so I knew this man was going to be in my age or older. I wanted him to have children that were teenagers or older, because you have to be realistic with yourself. My child at that time was 21. I was not trying to be starting over. That's just not what I wanted. So if we're going to blend families, I need us to be blending some teenagers and some young adults up in this thing. Like, I just did not want. And you have to be realistic with what you want. So if a man came along that had small children, there was no need of me even wasting his time or mine, because that's not what I desire. So you have to be real with yourself. So even in me writing my list, once I literally was, I have to say I was in the spirit when I wrote it, because once I read the letter again in my conscious self, it's like, oh wow, and it was everything that I wanted out of my spirit. That's what I wanted in a man. And so I began to write all the moral things that I wanted from him, all of the support that I needed from him. I wanted to be able to pray together and just discuss, God openly. I wanted to be free to be me spiritually. If I felt like walking through the house praying in the spirit, I don't need no issues. If I felt like fasting and seeking God, along with, with your support, I don't need, I didn't want issues. I was very, very detailed in what I wanted moving forward, because again, the 18-year-old me entered the first covenant with an 18-year-old mindset, but the 40-plus-year-old me was entered into a covenant with a different mindset. So I'm assessing life from the 40-year-old experiences and mindset. So things that I wanted at 18, that meant nothing at the 40-year-old point. And so after I wrote all of the stability, like, for me, it wasn't that he had to have 6 figures, or he had to have this. He had to have ambition. He had to have drive. He had to have determination or work ethic. And even if he's not at his potential, as his helpmeet, we can get to that together. I ain't trying to build no man, but I need potential in a man. I needed someone who had the ability to grow if they wasn't where they wanted to be, and to be willing to allow me to help them grow, not so much as feel intimidated by that. You know what I'm saying? So those things were important to me. And then the spirit asked me, well, what does he look like? Literally, that's how I heard it. Well, what does he look like? Thought that was odd, but I answered the question, and I began to describe this man. I wanted a man that was health conscious. I wanted someone who cared about their temple, because I don't want to have to argue with you about trying to feed you and keep you. I don't want to have to do all that. I'm done with all that. I need somebody who's health conscious, who's somewhat athletic. I wanted them to be physically fit or into physical fitness, because that's where I was heavily at that point. I done flipped up a little bit since then, but your girl was a gym rat back then, and she was snatch hunting. So I wanted someone who was we could jump on the bandwagon together and keep riding that train. I like them chocolate, and I literally gave a description. I said 6 foot or taller, muscular, athletic in build, into health, physical fitness, beautiful smile. And I said dimples wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I have this written down on paper. Only thing I said, dimples wouldn't hurt. And I said something else that was really specific to him. I said dimples wouldn't hurt, and I'll prefer no tattoos. Now, you all know, in the society that we live in, everybody got tattoos. And so I had shared some of the list with one of my girlfriends. They was like, girl, where you gonna find a man 40 plus, that's in the athletics, and if they fit, they gonna tat it up. I don't know, but that's what I told the Lord I want. So I wrote it down. I'm gonna let the Lord work it out. So fast forward, he and I connect, and from the physical attributes, he got 2 dimples. He's really much into fitness, was a semi-pro boxer, works out, just a motivator, a trainer, just physically he's what I wanted, and spiritually he's what I needed. Like, he's my biggest cheerleader. Travina, what he wants to know, even if he forget it, he want to know what event we got going on. And it ain't no, Travina, what you got to do. It's, Travina, what we got coming up. Like, what's that's just music to my ears, to have somebody that supports me. Even if he can't attend to help me set up, he still makes sure that the tires are aired up, the oil is changed, the car is gassed up, and he can push me and support me from that way. He calling me all the way to the events. He's, if I got a hair show, he checked. That's what I needed. God knew exactly what I needed. And so we have really been the iron sharpening the iron. Neither one of us are where we wanted to be when we connected, and we're still not where we want to be now. But what we have is a covenant, a God covenant, and we agree to go through the trenches with each other to help each other achieve those goals. And so that is what I mean when I say it was a beautiful nightmare. I did not know what to expect. Of course, now I kissed some frogs, honey, before getting to this prince, baby, to this king. Baby, the stories on that that's a whole nother car chit chat. But I thank God for my husband in more ways than one, because he was exactly what I needed. He was like a breath of fresh air, just fun. And that was another thing I put on the list. I want to laugh. I don't want everything to be so serious and so stuffy. And we laugh, we have fun with each other. I needed somebody to be, and we grown. If you got children, closely sexually compatible. Those things were important to me. And I'm saying this to say this to you all. If you are at a place, if you at the trenches, or you at a crossroads in your life, and you're praying, or you believe in God for a husband or for a mate, be specific in what you want and stick to those specifics. If you are somebody that you don't want a man with small kids, or you don't want a man with any kids, or a woman with any kids, or whatever the case may be, and you encounter someone that has that thing that you say you don't want, we too old to be trying to talk about, I can overlook that. No, you can't. So you have to be real with yourself. Like I said, I dated a guy, a really cool guy. Matter of fact, the guy that I was on the date with when my love called me, he was a great guy. And I really thought, okay, this could be the one. He fit the description, but everything wasn't there. The morale wasn't there, honey. He was on a whole nother level. But that ain't gonna tell nobody. But I was like, nah, player, I ain't trying to do this here. So I had to walk away from that. Then dated a couple of other guys, and all of them had the potential to be that guy. But then there was this one guy that showered me with all of the gifts and all of the things, but he was 4 foot tall. I ain't gonna say 4 foot. He was like 5. He was shorter than me. And that may not be a big deal to anybody else, but my joke about it was, I'm a thick girl, I wear big hair, and I wear tall heels. So I need a man that I can still look up to with my big hair and my 4-inch heels on. So he got to meet that height requirement. And that was my running joke. But realistically, y'all, we are visual people, and you have to be attracted to whoever you're going to wake up to every morning. So little things like that. If you can't, overlook it, then don't try to overlook it, because they giving you something else over here. Now, every time the brother saw me, he showered me with gifts and handbags and jewelry and all the things that he knew I liked. We fine dining, all of that. But I wanted what I wanted. I wanted what I needed. That's what I'm gonna say it like that. Because I had got to the place like, God, don't give me what I want. Send me what I need. Because all of those guys had something that I wanted, but they weren't what I needed. I needed somebody who was going to see me, who was going to genuinely love me, not for the physical, you know what I'm saying? Not for the financial of it all, but who was going to see me. Because what I did know at the 40-year-old place in my life, I was confident enough to know that whoever I connected with was going to be getting a prize. That's not to be boastful. That is to say that I knew what God had put in me. I knew the morals that I stood on. I knew the values that I lived by. And I knew that whoever I added my life to or shared my space with, I was going to be a blessing to them. I was going to be a for all and be all type of wife. That's just who I'm, an all or nothing type of girl. So I don't want to give some random the benefit of a queen's love if he don't deserve it. You see what I'm saying? So you don't give the queen's love to the joker, you give the queen's love to your king. So that's how I'm gonna say that. So not to be boastful, but I knew what I brought to the table, and it ain't just financial. I knew who I was, and I knew that whoever I encounter, whoever I connected with, I am an asset to them. I'm going to be an asset to them. If nothing else, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to cover you. I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to support you, honey. I'm going to dress you down and have you I'm going to do those things. So I got that from my mother. I watched my mother do that for my dad. So that's just part of the package. But more so than just being a pretty shell, I knew that I was going to add substance to any relationship. I knew that I was going to come with a mature state of mind. Ain't for no cheating, ain't for no games. Whoever got me was going to have something, basically. So I wasn't playing. I wasn't trying to be out here in these streets. That ain't where I was in my life. Now, if you're younger and you got time to play, you play. But for me, that's not what I wanted. I dated a few guys, and I just knew that ain't for me, sis. I don't want to do that. Get somebody else to do it, because I've been and killed somebody playing with me, with my emotions. So, honey, I had one guy. I'm going to tell y'all this, and it's hilarious. He was everything, y'all. He said he was a club promoter. He was a real estate investor. He had his general contractor's license to build homes. Just speaking all my language, because I was, had the history of the home staging. So he was speaking all the languages, y'all. Tell me why this Negro was living in a halfway house. And so I noticed that a certain time of the day or evening, he would always get off the phone. And so my mind went to, is this Negro married? He got somebody there, because every night around the same time, he got to hang up. And so one night I purposely said, oh no, he gonna be on the phone with me past 10 o'clock. I'm gonna make sure of it. So I just kept talking, y'all. And after a while, I hear, hold on. Hey, cuz. Hello.
You be at different vehicles, and I don't know what to look for.
I'm in my husband's truck. I'm in the blue GMC.
Blue GMC.
I'm at Burger King. What side are you on?
Where you on? You done went through the drive-through way?
I'm on the side where it's like an Amazon truck.
I see you, girl. This big ass. Girl, what you doing this big ass truck? This don't make no damn sense. Girl, you gonna test something up. You can't have this big old truck. You know you can't have this big old
girl. I be whipping big baby here.
This big gigantic ass truck. I want one though. I want one so bad.
I know. That was so rude of me to leave y'all hanging. But as you can see, I met with my cousin, and that turned into a whole 20-30 minute family catch up, laughs, anticipation of the weekend, planning out, the little final details of the weekend. So I had to pick back up and let you guys give you guys the ending of the story, or the climax of the story. So if you have rocked with me this far, honey, cheers to you. I'm sitting here now about to have, I'm having a caramel. Y'all know this is my drink of choice, or one of my drinks of choice. It's a caramel frappuccino, because your girl need a little energy, because I'm about to get down here and get this table set together. But you guys, actually it's a conversational set together, but you guys have already seen me do said conversation set, so just act like you ain't seen it. But anywho, let me get a sip, because I need the energy on 10. But I wanted to just let you guys know that I think I left off talking about my love as it relates to how he was exactly what I needed, not so much as what I wanted, but God has a way of giving you those little extra little treats. So he is like the best prayer, the answered prayer with the cherry on top. And I love him dearly, and like I said, we just have so much to celebrate this year. But upon our first conversation, I told you that we talked for hours when he finally got up the nerve to use the number that he requested. So I don't know if I told you guys that part, but once I finally connected with his sister, I told her that the doors of the church is open, let the brother know he can come on in. And so she asked if it was okay to give him my number. And he was with her at the time that they were driving back from their hometown back here. And she gave him my number. And I think that was actually on his birthday, which was the 3rd. But he didn't reach out to your girl to the 12th. So go figure. But I will tell you this about a man. A real man knows exactly what they want. They will not drag you along. They will not string you, would give you all these pipe dreams. They'll be very, very straightforward, and some more than others, i.e. the king, Mr. Royal. Our first phone call, you guys, this is exactly how the first few sentences went, verbatim. Ring. Hello. Hey, Travina. Well, let me do his voice. Hey, Travina, this is Bernard. I know it took me a while to call you, but I just want to let you know, I already know who you are to me. You're going to be my wife one day. I pray for you. And this is the answer to God's prayer. And I'm like, this nigga don't even know me from Adam. What is he talking about? So he was very, very straightforward in that his first sentence to me was that he had prayed for me and that I was going to be his wife one day. And so from that led on to a 8-hour, literally 8-hour from that night over into the next morning of us just talking and connecting. And it has been that way ever since. We could have worked for hours. I've done an event, he's worked a double shift, and we'll still come home or get on the phone and talk for hours. That's just who we are. But fast forward, God gave me, or he confirmed it really with both of us, our wedding date. This is another example of you trying to force your will. Me being a woman of faith, I did not want a long drawn out engagement or date, courtship or whatever, especially once we both knew spiritually what it was. I was like, let's go ahead on and do this. So I'm trying to force a date, trying to rush and get it done. But God had already shown me in a dream our wedding date. I didn't want to wait that long. So I'm planning the date, doing my own little thing. And then months into me planning that, he came with the same date. It wasn't the exact same date, but it had the same numbers in it. And so when I told him, well, that's the month and the date, but the year that God gave me was different, and it was to symbolize new beginnings, which was 8/18/18. So he had 8/18, and so I think the passing of our sister Londa, the one who connected us, we decided to delay the ceremony, and it ended up being the date that the Lord had gave me in the dream, which was August the 18th of 2018. And I knew what the number meant, but I didn't realize the significance of it until things start to transpire in the relationship. But I've said that to say this, like, even when God connects you to your promise, you still have to go through the process and allow things to take place and occur, because within that 3 years of courtship, a lot of things transpire between he and I. Not negative things, but just things that needed to happen in order for it to be a smooth transition once we stepped into our new beginning. So just allow God, I'm saying that to say, allow God to take you through the process. Don't try to rush it. Don't try to, push fast forward. Just allow everything to play out in the way that God wants it to, and it will be a beautiful, beautiful life for you. And so I hope this has encouraged you. I hope you have found both laughter and learning lessons and life lessons and just little nuggets to help you throughout your process in life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, situation. It could be a business situation. It could be a work situation, something that you're holding on to that it's time for you to let go. And out of that fear of the unfamiliar, you trying to cling to that which is really holding you back or holding you down. Like I said, as a result of us connecting and just stepping out of the fear of it all, I have a beautiful, beautiful life. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But I am so thankful and so grateful to know that I'm in covenant with someone that really got my back. Like, that is a feeling like no other. It's one thing to have the teenage puppy love, but when you mature and you've gone through life experiences and you can love again and you get to experience love again on a mature state, it's nothing like it. So I thank God for every experience. I thank God for the season of homelessness. I thank God for the years of heartache. I thank God for the years of feeling alone and abandoned, and just everything that I experienced, because that prepared me for what I am living right now. I live peace. I live joy. I refuse to let life get me down, because I have been literally at the bottom. As it started from the bottom, now I'm here, nowhere near where I want to be, but I know I'm exactly where God needs me to be in this moment. And I hope again that this inspired you guys. And I know this was probably the longest vlog that Travina has ever done. And I hope you all come back, because we will be picking back up, honey, on all of the house to home shenanigans. There is so much more to come. I'm chilling right now, but your girl finna get in go mode. There'll be probably after this video a shopping haul of some sort. There, of course, there's gonna be a am I gonna give you guys the fireplace renovation? I don't know, but I cannot wait to y'all. This, oh honey, this fireplace is gonna be nasty. I'm so excited. Cannot wait for y'all to come and see that. It's just so much coming down the pipeline. The kitchen updates, the laundry room updates, still working on the boom boom room, the primary bath, the office. Y'all, it's still so much more. We haven't even touched the surface. We're just getting started, and I cannot wait to take you guys along every step of the way. So until the next video, guys, I want you all to hit the, first of all, if it's your first time visiting, you see what you like and you like what you see and you want to rock with your girl, hit that subscribe button and join the royal family. Now, to my tried and trues and my brand new boos, I say in every video that I so love and appreciate you. I say it and I mean it. I love you guys for real. I thank you all for every like, every comment, every share, both the positive and the not so positive, because again, honey, can't nothing, you won't break my soul. Ain't nothing you can say gonna break my soul, because at the end of the day, your opinion is just that. If it's negative, if it's not what I want to hear, it ain't gonna take away from my love. It's not gonna take away from my peace. I love you still, baby girl. Sir, view is a view. Thumbs up, thumbs down, however you slice it. Come on back and watch the next episode. But I want you all to stay safe. I want you all to stay royal and have yourselves a blessed and beautiful day. Bye.